Hey folks, HTCG here, and in today's video we are going to be covering an EB01 Kairos deck profile. Now this is a leader that excites me a little bit, especially as someone who's been trying out Sakazuki the past few sets, and having another leader that allows us to be able to KO things or relies on the new black cards that have come out, some really nice consistent reduction, is tasty. And the other colour, yellow, we all love Casino. So I've got a few small things here. Now you can see in front of you the list is predominantly black, and I think that's because this leader ability leans more into wanting to reduce, wanting to remove, than it does wanting to heal or get triggers. So if you don't know what Kairos does, Kairos, I always say Kairos because I'm okay, but Kairos I think is the name. Activate main once per turn. You may turn the top card of your life face up, and then you can KO up to one of your opponent's cost 0 characters. So feels free, similar to the new pudding ability that's coming out in OP08, which you turn your life face up as a cost, which is pretty interesting. I've played Card Fight Vanguard, and it has the opposite of turning life face down as a cost, which is really interesting. Now we do have the only yellow cards in here that I've put in is the new Viola that comes in, EB01. It's a really nice card. A 2-cost blocker that allows us to, on play, either look at your opponent's life and return them in any order that you want, or you can turn all of your life cards face down, which is more than likely what we're going to be doing with the Kairos here. Pretty nice value, a nice little chump blocker, and we are running Moria in this list, so if we want to and we need a blocker, we can bring this Viola back as well, which is pretty tasty. And now the only other yellow card I've decided to throw in here is the Charlotte Katakuri. It allows you to, on play, look at one card from the top of your life or your opponent's life, and then you can either put that to the top or the bottom. So what I would be doing with this is putting the top life to the bottom, so then the new top life would be face down so that I can activate my Leer ability, and then eventually going into a Viola later in the game when all of my life is face up, for example. I like this as a nice way to be able to rush, but honestly I'm just running this as a little bit of a test. I want to see how it runs. I think in this slot a lot of people are usually running the Rob Lucci, the 4-cost here, but I just don't see myself needing an awful lot of removal with a leader ability specifically revolving around us being able to remove, right? Could be wrong with that. I'm sure we'll find out today, and when I look back at Kairos again in the future it might be a little bit different. But other than that, we have some really strong black cards. The one I'm the most excited about is a card I'm sure you've seen if you've played against Gecko Moria, Ice Age. Now what's really tasty about Ice Age with this list is you're actually able to Ice Age, so for a cost of 1 and turning one of your life face up, you're able to KO a 5-cost, which is really great value. You can do it on a 5-don turn while also playing, for example, a Kuzan, so you get a body, a removal, and just, yeah, really nice value. Some other staple cards like the Rebecca and the Hino package. We've got 2 Helmeppo in here. Some lists are running a few more or a few less in favor of this one-legged soldier. I have a total of 10 2-cost counters in this list, and I think that is enough. I do think we need to be a bit more defensive than for the likes of Sakazuki, because we don't have the options to filter our hand as easily. But then we do have some other really solid cards. We get T-Bone that came out in the EB01 as well. It's a 5-cost Navy 2K, which is just like ticks all the boxes for being able to search with brand new. It's able to be added back to hand with the Rebecca, so it takes the spot of the Virgo in a lot of the decks where Virgo would have been ran, but it also has a pretty nice on-play KO up to one of your opponent's 2-cost or lower characters, and I do actually think this will come up for us when we're playing. Maybe not today, but I do think it'll come up quite a lot for us, because having a limited amount of the removal, because we're not running the Rob Lucci, and maybe relying on this to be able to get rid of things a little bit more. And I also think it's a pretty nice tempo play just to be able to play out a 5-cost character with 5k stat line that also KOs. I think it's nice. There's no cost line around this, so I just need something else that reduces. If we get a Kuzan to stick, for example, then we're going to be able to just straight up get rid of a 6-cost or lower character, which is really nice, and may come up if we don't have the ability to turn our life face down for Kairos. Then we have Gecko Moria. It's the best character in the game right now. So yeah, definitely 4 of those being able to bring things back. I already mentioned the brand new here, but we've got a nice Navy Searcher here. Sabo as a 4 of, great protection, great ability to filter through a hand to dig for pieces that we're going to need. And then the one card that is rather exciting that came out from EBO1 is this Brook. So it has an on-play and a when attacking ability of give up to one of your opponent's characters cost -1 for the turn, and then KO up to one of your opponent's 0 cost characters. So that KO is the same cost count as the Kyros, so that's something that we need to keep in mind. So we are very much relying on drawing a lot of these reduction cards, but fortunately we do have quite a lot of ways to reduce with the Hina, the Helmeppo, the Ice Age, the Suru, and the one-legged soldier. So it all adds up, especially with the Rebecca being able to grab any target that we need from the trash as long as it fits the criteria. What's pretty tasty about this as well is you will have seen some of the age-old plays in Sakazuki where they Rebecca, Hina, and bring out Helmeppo to reduce something by 7. Because we also have the Ice Age here, we're able to do all of those things and then not have to rely on being able to use the likes of one of the 2-cost events that you would normally use for Sakazuki, because we can use our leader ability. So we'll be able to Gecko Moria quite a lot more for value in my mind in this list. So yeah, we can get into some games and hopefully we can get some wins today. The only card, again, I'm not sure on is this Katakuri, but I am excited to see if I can get some value from this. Alrighty, we do have our first matchup here against the Gecko Moria. We have a pretty decent hand, to be fair. We've got the Helmeppo Rebecca. No turn 1 play, but we're not really bothered about that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep this. We see the Sindri coming out straight away, which is pretty cool, and we see the brand new. Now, I'm not really in a position where I drastically need to play to get rid of the Sindri, so my plan is to just KO whatever they play out with the Gecko Moria ability. So we'll just play the brand new here. Look at the top 3, and we get an Ice Age and a Suru and a Viola, but she's Dressrosa. I'm going to take the Ice Age here because I think it'll be really tasty going into the late game. And also, after we've taken a damage from this... no, actually, see, that was a misplay, because we were planning to take this damage, so we could have flipped this to be able to KO the Sindri, and then when we take the attack, we take it. So... oh, okay. They have no target. We'll give them a yikes. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good for us. We're at 4. What do we have in trash? We've got a Viola. It's kind of awkward, really. Maybe we should just be aggressive. 5 and 6. I don't really need to get rid of this Sindri. Yeah, let's give him a 5 and a 6. A 5 and a 7. 5 and 6. 5 and a 7. Next turn we can play out Sabo, play out Ice Age, which will be pretty tasty. I feel like I say that a lot. I feel like I say it will be pretty tasty too much. Again, though, I am kind of tempted to try and use the Kyros here. I don't have a lot of counter in my hand, so maybe getting rid of this isn't a bad idea, but I am worried about the Gecko Moria swinging into this. I think that's something that maybe you'll pick up a little bit more the more that you're playing with the deck, is understanding the value of when it is to use this, because your opponent does have the ability to just not attack you, but I think you gain value from doing that too. So I think going forward, I would spend a lot of time utilizing this when I don't have a board, or thinking about the value to force my opponents, for example, to swing into your brand new. Give them one of these because they're taking ages. Sim problems, huh? Come on, my hand is quite nice. Because next turn we can Ice Age Sabo, as I mentioned, but also like from the Sabo I can discard the Helmeppo. It's got some really nice stuff. Keep my stuff all up, so if he wants to use this, he has to attack my face. Come on. Okay, I'm going to skip until they actually do something. Alright, here we go. They took it. It took them 7 years, but they did take it. Again, not worried about the Sindri, so I'm not going to use the ability here. Yeah, this would have been some tasty value if they actually got a body out. We don't have any 2Ks, so I am a bit nervous. I'm waiting to see if they're going to activate a trigger. These are taking a while. I would like to play like 4 games today, preferably. I want to get quite a lot down. I want to play this, but I don't know if we're going to have any like super long games, which takes away. I have D&D today actually as well. So leader ability, they're gonna go to 5. No, that's fine. Keep your secrets. Yeah, I have D&D today, so it won't be 2 hours worth of recording. Attacks the Gecko Moria into Kyros. And then they do have a Perona and an Absalom now. Plays the Absalom to kill out the brand new, which is interesting in my eyes. I think there's a lot of value in Peronaing there, and this doesn't really hold a strong threat. Now, I don't really want to go this low, but I'm going quite low. We do see a 2k, which is nice. Now, one thing we do need to be wary of is, although they have 5, these lists are running the Isho now. Alright, so we see the Absalom come out, and my plan is still to do what I talked about. I'm going to swing for 5, play out the Sabo, and then I'm going to Ice Age the Absalom. So, Sabrine, goodbye Brooke, and goodbye Belshmepo, and then we will Ice Age the Absalom and use leader ability and choose this target, and then we will end. Yeah. Now I really didn't want to take that last attack last turn, so this is the difficulty now. Is like we lose value now, because really, like, for us to have a nice turn here to be able to Gecko Moria for value into Rebecca, Hina, and then brand new maybe, or these the Helmepo if we need. Never mind, we see a Sabo, so we can't leader effect, which is interesting. I wonder if we're going to see 7 here, which I will stop, because we can't KO. No, we see 6. No block, and you can have a T-bone, sir. Draw. That's quite tasty. That means that next turn we might be able to bring that back. But this turn, actually, it's quite nice to be able to Brook Sabo here. Just to be able to get bodies out, and then if I Sabo, it means they can't KO my Brook, which means next turn, if they still have a 5 cost out, I can Rebecca, Hina, use Brook effect to reduce something and KO something, and bring out something else without having to rely on the Helmepo, which would be quite tasty. Is it worth me Moriaing now? I don't feel like it is, honestly. I feel like I get a lot of value from just doing that play, so we'll swing 5 first just to see if we get a block here. Am I going to swing with this Sabo? We do get a block, so I'm going to force a 1k here with this Sabo, and I'm only doing that because I have this Sabo here. We need to remember next to... Oh, they take the Sabo. That's interesting. Okay, well, we actually get to Brook here. There's no target because you can't be KO'd, but then we're going to play out the Sabo, get another Ice Age, which is very tasty. We can get rid of the Viola, because we would like to bring that back, potentially. And we don't really need this Brook. Now, the reason I'm not discarding the Hina is so that I can add a 2k from my trash back to my hand with the Rebecca ability. I'm looking at this T-Bone as a nice snack. Now, we're getting swung out here for 6,000, so we can block and use the Rebecca so that we can use the Gecko Moria. Oh, they use leader ability. Select a card to trash. Yeah, we can get rid of the Suru, and then we will block and give you this Rebecca. We still really plan to use the Gecko Moria here. If they play multiple... No, they play a Sabo. But no, a Sabo is kind of stinky for us. It's a really bad card for us to be able to run into. Because that's another way for them to just be able to stop us from KOing here with the Brook. And now I'm still probably going to Gecko Moria here for value. Because... it's just really tasty for us, really. Yep. Now, I kind of really want to attack with all my cards, but I shouldn't. Now, the exciting thing is we do have the Ice Age for the other turns, so I think we just go for value. I don't really need this face up just yet, so I think I just go brand new Rebecca. But to do that, I'm going to have to swing with some things. So we'll swing with a Brook first. Attack and reduce the Sabo. It really doesn't matter. We can't kill the Sindri. We might get a block here. We don't get a block. Interesting. And then we'll swing here. Now I'm going to swing with everything, and that might seem weird. They like letting the Sabo go. That really shocks me. I'm going to swing with everything because I think they're going to drop their Moria to KO my things. So I don't want to just leave these Sabos up and get no value from them. And I'll also have two 2Ks in my hand because I'm going to Moria into a Rebecca and the DC. Tasty. So we were going to get a T-Bone back there, and then we were also going to have a brand new, so we may have had an additional counter. Next turn you can see here that they don't have a Sabo. They do have a Borsa, but they were probably going to go into Moria with some reduction. So we made the right choice here by attacking with the Sabos, which is interesting. They do have quite a few good cards that they can go into with the Moria, but having the Ice Age and another Gecko Moria here, allowing us to able to reduce their things, means that we probably could have dealt with the Moria quite well, and anything that they played. So yeah, let's get into another game, see if we can get another win. Alrighty then, we have game 2 against a purple-blue Croc here. They've chose to go second, but we do have an Ice Age, so I'm going to keep just to see what happens. Joradon, and we can end, and we do have a nice Brook here, which is pretty tasty. This is very event heavy, as we know, and the further into the game that we go, the more difficult it might be for me, so I'm going to be looking to get some solid cards down here. You see the Baroque Works go off, and they add Mr. 2K. Draw. Do I want to get Brook out here? Attack for 5. See if we can get a counter. Wouldn't mind taking some damage so that next turn I can play the Katakuri, honestly. Yeah, so I do think, like, often I would be using the Kyros ability on one of the smaller weenies because we are expecting to be attacked from your opponent's leader. They take, so it means that we're probably not going to be playing out the Katakuri here to gain some rush, but we will play out the Brook and target nothing. I'm interested to see if they're going to get, if they're going to play something out knowing that I've put this down. They're at 4 done, so they can play a 4 cost. And we don't really have a lot of reduction because we just have the Brook for now. Of course, we could brand new into something else. So actually, maybe it was better to play the brand new here, searching for some reduction. We have the Ice Age, but I would like to use it on a Queen, for example, that comes down. I think that could be quite nice, or combo it with a Helmeppo or a Toy Soldier that comes, maybe even a Hina, just to be able to like KO something. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. They're thinking real hard for turn 2. Yeah. I've got a. I don't know if anyone is currently up to snuff with the rap game, but I've been listening to all of the Drake diss tracks, and I've got BBL Drizzy in my head. I can't get it out. Just trying not to hum it right now. I'm trying to concentrate on a game, and all I've got is that on my head. I'm not gonna sing it, but yeah. Oh my gosh, the sim today is long. Yes, there we go. Okay, 6. Sure. No, I think I'll T-bone this. Aha. T-boned, and then a Miss Wednesday. Draw Dawn. This gives them done, right? It does. So we'll brand new. Hina. Hello, Queen. Select leader effect. Target. Now we're in a pretty nice spot as well. I don't know how I feel about the Kuzan. I think it's good in like mental practice, like, but in thought, but actually in practice, I don't know if I'll ever be able to like get it down and it stick. You see a 6 here, but again, I don't know if they're actually going to attack because I have a 2K. They see another Baroque Works into a Miss Wednesday, and then they play this out. Yeah, sure. So this is a one attacking ability. Nice. So we don't even need to use Kairos here, actually. We can Suru and deal with this, and then play out the Kuzan to stop anything else they play down. I think they're going into 5, 6, 8 Don turn, so they usually like to play the Croc here. So if I get the Kuzan down, I also have an Ice Age to be able to deal with that, which would be nice. So yeah, let's just see if we can get some pokes in. So I'm just going to go 5. Yeah, I'm going to see what I draw with the Kuzan. Another T-Bone is nice. And then I'm going to go Suru. And then I'm going to go Brook on attack effect to target. Get a lot of 5s. I think I found that this is the way to deal with the Croc quite well here. So like, even though I'm attacking for 6 here, but like it's quite a good way to be able to deal with them, because they rely on having a lot of events, and even though they draw a card from the activate effect, they can really struggle if you whittle them down, because eventually, believe me, eventually they will run out. They actually done up, which is quite interesting. Ooh, and we get Gravity Rage, blah blah blah, Gravity Blade, Raging Tiger. There you go, lots of words. The attacking Brook, and honestly I'm okay with this. I'm setting up a play to be able to go into the Katakuri anyway, and the Sabo, so yeah, that's fine with me, honestly. Nice, we see a brand new, so we may as well up it down, and we get nothing. The dreams are dead. We'll hit him with 2 5s this turn, just to see if we can get 2 cards from him, and or her, actually. Here we go. Yeah, we see that 0 cost event, and they draw, and then we'll drop the Sabo. We have a bit too many 2Ks. I don't think the cat's coming down, and I think I'm going to get rid of a T-Bone. And yeah, but other than that, we're feeling pretty good. We'll probably see the 8 cost come down soon. And then we won't be feeling necessarily too good, but we'll be feeling okay. Down on leader. Here's the 8 costs of the heal. 6 into Sabo, which is fine. Into Sabo, into brand new, I mean. We do see a Moria. Hello, Sweet King. But we don't awfully have a lot to get from it at the moment. We haven't seen our Hyenas this game, which kind of sucks. We could Suru Ice Age, Moria to bring back Brook 8 and deal with the Croc, and then also we can bring back a brand new to get some value. Yeah, I think that's a plan, Stan. So let's go ahead and do that. I wonder if they're going to go use the Croc ability to Don minus here. Again, I want to be aggressive. I just want to do I just want to attack with the Sabo here. They take it. I'm going to swing for 6. Yeah, we see a Desert Sparta coming out. Desert Sparta coming out here. And then I'm going to use the Moria. Oh, I've misplayed. Oh, I needed to Ice Age first. I could still use leader ability. It's fine. But I should have Ice Age first. We'll use the brand new. We'll draw another Suru here. We'll use the Brook to select and cancel. So the difficulty now is this will be face up, so anything they play I won't have a counter to it. So that's on me for being overly excited. But at least we're not too heavily punished, because we can still use our leader ability to KO this. Yeah, and then we'll pass turn. We're in a pretty healthy spot. I'm interested to see if they're going to have a back-to-back here. They do still have 8 Don, so no, they play out the Daz Bones. This is the new 5 cost from EB01. It's a really nice card, actually, and it also gains power for each event in your trash, so I think it gives a really nice buff to the Croc here. We see a 6k swing into Sabo, which we're just going to stop here. I'm going to stop with the T-Bone because we do have a Brook and the Suru in hand, so we don't awfully mind. We do see a Katakuri here. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not really that bothered about this, and my plan is really to just go all out face here, really whittle them down. Because this can trade, but this is the thing about the Croc, is it's just a bit slow off the jump. So I'm going to go 7, see if we can get some counter here. 3, 3, and 2. And then we'll go 5, 7, and 9, and 9. Again, we just don't really need to deal with the Dazbones at the moment, so that's fine. I will say this cat hasn't done a lot for me, so I might end up switching this out. Definitely. Yeah. Like it in, again, I like it in the mindset, not in actual principle. Let's see what they do. I think I'll play one more after this. Hopefully, I wonder if we can get a few wins, honestly, with this. I'm really enjoying this. I like this. This is a lot of the black cards that I really enjoy in the game. Hit him with a 5. I wonder if they're running Whitesnake? Is that the... I don't think they're running Whitesnake, right? I don't think it matters for us here, honestly, but I was just interested. Swing for 7. Yep. We see the Gum Gum Gatling. Swing for 9. And then we'll swing for another 9. $2K, 2K, and a 1K. And we'll pass. And yeah, we're in a drastic advantage here. This Dazbones is 14,000 power, which is a bit scary. But luckily we've been able to whittle it down and just concentrate. We do see another Gravity Blade Raging Tiger, but I do think it's come too late. Now this Dazbones can deal with this, which is fine. And then this can swing into here, which is fine. But I don't think, even with the draw that you're going to get, you'll be able to deal comfortably with a massive 15k swing. Yeah. We do see an Officer Agents playing out the thing. Give them a GG. They did draw the Miss Wednesday, and yeah, let's get into our third and final game. Alrighty then, our third and potentially final list is against Kinemon. We've decided to go second, and we do see a Kuzan and a Rebecca Hina combo, so I'm going to keep this. We also have a Brook and a Sabo, so this is actually a pretty tasty hand. We do see a Momo come out here. Draw and draw down. Yeah, we'll just pass. If they play this and another one, we could Brook next turn even, potentially. Wouldn't mind dropping a Kuzan here, honestly. We see a Ryuma, so I do think they have ways to be able to rest and play it out, potentially, going further in. And we see the Momonosuke ability going off, and we see a 5 here from the Kinemon. I'm going to stop this with the Sabo here, just so I can have that extra life. And I wonder if they're going to play anything. Yep, they play out an Okiku. Nice. Alright, so we can play out the Rebecca Hina here, which will deal with the Okiku. So we'll swing 5 into Momonosuke, and then we will Rebecca Hina the Okiku here. So Rebecca draws the Sabo back and plays out the Hina to KO this. Reduce it, sorry, and then KO this. We see the top card of our life is Ice Age as well, so I think they're going to be a bit reluctant to attack us, because that is nice. Now, we may be able to play out the Katakuri next turn if they don't attack us, and if they attack the Hina instead. But they did just add Ryuma, so I'd be shocked if they go for Hina when they could be going for a Ryuma play here. But if they do attack the Hina, I'm going to let it go, because we've seen them add that Ryuma. I feel like I said the word Ryuma so many times then, but... I suppose this is important with the matchup. Kinemon's actually quite exciting, because I believe there's some new Land of Wano cards that come out in EBO1 as well, which are quite tasty. And I'm a bit nervous about potentially seeing the Banish yellow-green Yamato. But we do have nice ways to be able to get rid of it, if we get this Ice Age. So now... I think this is something about Kiros, is that like a lot of people won't have played against it, so they don't really know the best play or best lines here. So because in all 3 games we've seen some like stalled thought plays, but it's a deck that I'm going to be building in person. It's like I'm really excited about the Hannibal list, because it allows me to play a lot of the blue cards that I really enjoy playing. But from actually trying to play one of the leaders from EBO1 in a locals to try and get a win maybe in a locals tournament, Kyros is one that I'm going to be building and playing, because I think I really enjoy all of these cards. I've grew to love them, from Gecko Moria, from Sakazuki, so being able to try it out in something a bit different is nice. And yeah, it's nice to deck build a bit again, even if we are running a lot of the just staple black cards that you see in these OPO6 decks. So these are taking a while, so again, I'll come back when they make a decision. Oh, here we go. We do see the Ryuma come out here. Now, I did actually just have a little think to myself while I was sat in here for hours waiting for them to make the decision, that actually may have been better for me to just play out the Hina Cold. Now, they do attack for 7, and I can get an Ice Age from this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, because free real estate is free real estate. Now, we can... Ooh, we have a Viola too, actually. So I'm going to Ice Age the Ryuma. Here, this only KO's rested, so the Rebecca will stay about, which is nice. So if we go Ice Age, target, leader effect, KO. We see we have brand new on top here. We do have a Viola, so we'll be able to reset this if we want, but we're probably going to take some attacks from this. I kind of want to get a Kuzan down here, so I think I'm going to swing for... Oh, they have to think on the Ryuma ability. I'm going to get the Kuzan down, and I'm going to swing for 6 first. Try and get a Kuzan to stick, because if they rest it, I can block with Rebecca, but they to be fair, they might be able to... What would rest it? Yamato for 4 into Ryuma for 3 using Kinemon ability. Would it be able to deal with... Or Brody Rones? Yes. We see 5 into Rebecca. Yeah, that'll do it. And then an 8 into the Kuzan. Sheesh! That's pretty scary. Alright. Brand new, see if we can get an Ice Age. No, but we do see a Helmeppo, so we'll take it. We don't have less life than them, which kind of sucks. We might be able to go for a final turn of double Katakuri at some point, or play one out to finish later, so we'll keep that in mind. We're not dealing with the Brody Rones today. I think a 6 will be blocked, is what I'm afraid of. And I really need to be pushing some damage through. Okay. I think I'll have to go for the 6 and play out the Sabo. I think it's the play. Maybe we can get a Moria deal with this. Brody Rones was a great card for them to be able to play there. Dealt with everything that we were going for. Not what we want to see. I definitely didn't expect it coming from Kinemon, so nice addition for them there. Dealt with my board really nice. Are we going to get dogged by Kinemon is the question. We do see a 2k come out here, but we'll just play the Sabo. Sabo draws us to 2k, so we'll drop a Viola, and I'm going to drop... All this reduction is tasty, though. I don't really need the Viola right now. Maybe this Katakuri. Come on, let's be... This Katakuri has to go. It has to go. I tried to cook. It didn't cook good. We move. Yeah, Kinemon effect. Use Kinemon effect to rest the Sabo with the Yamato. This Yamato is chef's kiss, by the way. Being able to rest a 6 cost or less. And now we are on the back foot, because we don't have a Gecko Moria. We see a 10 swing into the Sabo. I wonder if they're going to... They do swing for 7. So we'll take that. We can deal with the Yamato here. And we see a Momo. That's interesting. Okay, that's actually quite helpful. Rebecca Hina, Yamato. Or we could... Rebecca Hina, Suru, Brook, this. And then... So this is going here. That's fine. Do we need to get rid of Brody This is difficult. Because if we just Rebecca Hina, we can just get rid of this straight off. Play Viola, get it back. Yeah, it's Rebecca Hina. Killing the Brody Roans is so good though. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it again. Helmeppo, target Brody. And then we don't really need to play the Brook out here, so we can actually save that. Use the lead effect to trash. And then we can go 5. And then we could play Viola and a brand new here. Oh, actually, we have Katakuri now. We can go Cat. We'll go Katakuri. Because it'll do the same thing for us, and then we can Viola later. Let's get a swing. View. Your top life. Place on bottom. And we get a nice 6k swing out here. I think I really wanted that to be good, so I think I was exceptionally hyped for that. He rests my Rebecca, of course, with whoever wins this war becomes justice. But yeah, now I'm scared again because he rested my blocker and he has some big fellas. Do you know what would be terrifying? 9 cost. Oh, we might be getting 10 costed here. 9 cost Zoro would be scary. We don't have the reduction for it right now. We might be getting 10 cost here though. We're not. 8k into Cat, and I'm going to stop it. Am I going to stop it? I am, because even of the Ryuma, I've got to let it go, haven't I? These cards are too good. Acos Odin. Oh, Yamato. T-Bone, you are not the one, son. Brand new into Ice Age. Boom. Yes! Ice Age in a bit, kid. You are cooked, Jimmy. Now we can Viola here. But we can also... Oh no, we still have enough actually to... we can kill this Okiku. With Surubrook. And then we wouldn't need... So we can go 6 into the Yamato, so we can get some cards from them. Alright. And then that's a 4 cost play. So we'll just try... We'll try a 7 into the Yamato. Oh, why didn't they Paradise first? I'll never know. Target Okiku, and then we'll Brook over the Suru. Target KO. Alright. No rushes, and we should be golden. Well, we have 5k in hand anyway. We know our life, which is interesting. And we can Viola next turn to be able to K some things if we need to. But right now we just have T-Bones. Sorry for that. And Viola. I wonder if, although the T-Bone hasn't came up today for us, I wonder if it may come up in the future. 7k swing into Hina can go. That's fine. I know potentially we could be wanted to go for game, but I'm not going to drop my entire hand there to protect that. 7k swing into lead with 7 left up. Do we stop this? No, we'll take it because we know we're getting the Viola here, because then we can double block her if they play something super scary. What are you going to play? Not another Brody Roans. 7. Brody Roans actually probably loses them the game if they do that right. Because they take the damage. And I go like 7. See if they take it. To reduce. Oh, Odin! Oh, it's scary. Do I just have game? There's no way they... 10. I'm a greedy person. I'm going for it. 3 2Ks they'd need. We got it. Boom, baby. Tasty. Yeah, they needed all of those to be 2Ks, so I just decided to go for it. Bit risky. I could have Viola'd, and Hina'd the Yamato to use the leader effect, and then they have 3 swings. But they did have a Straw Sword in hand, which is a bit scary. So they'd have been able to swing. I'd have blocked one, took one from this, and then I have just 4K, 5K in hand. So maybe going for game was actually the right play there. Yeah, pretty fortunate that they decided to take the 7K swing. I know they took 5 from this, and then yeah, that was crazy. Thank you very much for watching. I've really enjoyed Kairos today. I'm gonna build it in person. Let me know if there's any EB01 decks that you're excited about, and have a great day. Peace.